So rehearsal for me, and I could spend the entire time talking about rehearsal because I feel passionately about it, becomes the next level of preparation, of understanding what I want to do with the script and how I deal with scenes, that scene with two people in a row. Now, you don't always get rehearsal time. You know, if you're shooting a really cheap movie, you may frequently be throwing it together. But even if it's last minute and you're on, you know, you're introducing actors to a fresh set, if it's a scene of any complexity, you need to take time to prepare it, I think. So I try deliberately not to try pre-vision what that scene's going to be.
I guess some people use it as a preparation to have that safety net, and then they throw it away.
Yeah, but if you're going to have that safety net, you know, it's okay, but the chances are, I tell you how I like to do it personally. I like to get actors working on a scene. I never sit down. What I'm doing when somebody's talking, I'm just standing there, usually watching them. And sometimes I don't really think about this. I'm just walking around and I'm watching them and I'm listening to them talk, and I suddenly realize, oh my God, what he's saying is not nearly as interesting as how she's receiving it. He's not interesting in the scene at all, even though he's doing all the talking. She is, because that feeling there, and then suddenly I find they're talking to each other quietly, and I'm sort of literally sitting down next to them, let go of my safety net, throw away the mental storyboard, and go, okay, guys, I'm just going to watch you and be with you until you make this moment come true for yourselves. Because the fact is, the best actor speaking the best written line, sometimes it just doesn't work. So, you know, allowing the actors to be authentic in that scene, it becomes critical. And they go, oh, sure, no problem.
Do you believe in rehearsing as much as you can until you run out of time?
Totally. You know, you'll find a lot of film actors, well, here there are a number of problems with rehearsal. The first is that nobody is financing a film will want to give you the time or the money and resources to make it happen, because they think it costs money. You have to prevail on them to make it very clear that that rehearsal time costs nothing compared to shooting time. You know, secondly, you have to convince actors sometimes who, if they've only done a few films, are terrified of rehearsal. Firstly, because they're too worried about exposure. Secondly, because they feel that somehow repetition will steal the magic.
Yeah, because some people think they're believe in over-rehearsing.
Over-rehearsing, you have to, it's like overeating. You know, when somebody says I'm full, they're full. You don't need to say, you know, just have another spoonful.
If you don't have the chance to really bring, you know, this very complex thing, this story, inside yourself and let it resonate for a while, that it's hard to go through that process, that creative process, in such a short period of time under all the pressure and stress of
Absolutely, and to an actor that's worried about losing the magic at the moment, you can also say, dude, you know, firstly, there's the adrenaline, there's the camera, and what the camera brings. Secondly, there's the set, the costumes, all of that stuff, and everything that brings. Thirdly, there's the hormones du jour, and the spontaneity of the moment, and everything that brings. There's no magic being lost in rehearsal at all. It's nonsense, and it's just actor anxiety, essentially.